Hey, I'm Greg Mann from Greater Orlando Realty. Welcome back to the GMANN Show. We've got an awesome guest here today, Billy Gouty from Service One AC. We've got Indoor Trenches with Dee Dee, and we've got the Mortgage Minute. But first, Billy, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I want to talk about AC because they run all year round, whether it's the cold cycle or the hot cycle. There's changes to equipment. There's so much equipment out there. What do you do? And I know you're one of the best companies out there, so tell me what you do and how you do it.
We primarily focus on the residential sector of the air conditioning industry here in Central Florida. We repair, maintain, offering a maintenance program to people, and then we also replace, when the time is right, the HVAC systems in your home.
So that can get really expensive changing those systems out. So let's talk about your service program, because that will extend the life of the equipment, like
Sure.
when you're servicing your car. So how's that work? What does that do?
We have a few different plans that you can choose from, and you can pay for them monthly. It's, we call it our Club One membership plan, and we have a silver, a gold, and a bronze plan. And you can choose one of those plans, and we come out twice a year, service your system. You get a 15% discount on any future services you might need.
Yeah.
You get a 5% discount on upgrades as far as replacements or other products that you might need as far as upgrades or installations.
Hey, great. So you're doing brand new installations. So if someone's got a system that's old and broken, you can go out and replace the whole system. You do yearly maintenance for people. What do you see the biggest problem right now in the AC business right now?
Probably just customers lacked to take care of their system. You
Yeah.
know, change the filter.
Yeah. That's
know,
pretty basic, isn't it?
It is, but you'd be surprised at the number of service calls we run that are affiliated by excessive dirt on the system and not being maintained. And truly, the annual maintenance program, where we come out twice a year, can save customers hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars and extend the life of their system.
So this has always intrigued me. You see filters. There's hundreds of different sizes of filters. I think that's what puts some people off.
You're right.
Why can't we just have like one size of filter? Come on.
Because we don't have one manufacturer building all of the air conditioning systems. And obviously, there's multiple manufacturers, as I just said, but there's also different dimensions of cabinets of equipment because of the efficiency and the size of the units.
Yeah.
You know, so for instance, a 2-ton indoor unit is going to be smaller than a 5-ton indoor unit.
And that's all based on home size. So
Correct.
you guys do like some sort of formula when you're putting a new system in.
Yep.
Now, I know last time I replaced my system, there was just been a change in the Freon regulations.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's going to be some changes coming up pretty soon. So
Sure.
let's talk about those.
2023, there's going to be a new minimum efficiency standard, and they're changing the entire way they factor in efficiency. For years and years, we've been talking about a SEER rating. Starting in January 2023, it's going to be a SEER 2 rating.
I'm confused already. What the heck is that about?
So SEER is just an acronym for Seasonal Energy Efficiency Rating.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of like what miles per gallon is to your automobile.
Yeah.
The SEER 2 is a new standard that's being enforced by the Department of Energy, EPA.
So it's all to do with the environment and ensuring that we're not spewing all this nasty stuff into the environment.
Correct.
Being better for that, being better for the homeowner too, because those new systems will be more efficient.
They will.
So they're cool, quicker.
They'll, number one, just from being brand new, it'll work better.
Uh-huh.
And then the efficiencies of the new systems are going to be much better. And then coming in 2024, they're going to roll out a new refrigerant. So the old refrigerant that was in the systems is not going to be in the new systems come 2024. And that'll actually probably start to phase in sometime in mid-2023.
So in mid-2023, we're going to see this new fluid for the systems. What if my AC breaks in June of 2023 and I want to just replace the outside unit or the inside, whichever way it goes? Can I do that?
It's unlikely for us to be able to do that because code.
Yeah.
So the Florida Department, a building department, and international bit code requires that you have a match system. So if I replace your outdoor unit, I have to put in, or at least has to have a matching indoor unit that's rated together. That the manufacturer says, yes, this will work together.
So that's important. Now I know also you do plumbing services as well. So let's just talk briefly about that, because they all kind of go together, don't they?
Sure.
So tell us about your plumbing division.
Plumbing, same as our HVAC, we handle primarily residential customers and light commercial customers alike. But we can do anything from repipe your home. We can fix any kind of drain problems that you have. The only thing we really don't do in the plumbing world is septic work.
Yeah,
that we're just not set up to handle that type of stuff.
Yeah,
but water heaters, garbage disposals, install new fixtures, toilets.
So anything in the residential house you can do, except for septic tanks. Who wants to deal with us anyway? That's just nasty. But you know, we've used you for a long time. I know you've just recently moved to Lake Mary from one location to a larger location. So your family business is expanding. How many techs do you have? What sort of support system do you have?
Yeah, we have approximately 33 employees right now. I have 22 trucks on the road.
That's great.
And we service the entire Central Florida area. All the way out to Winter Garden, Ocoee, as far south as Kissimmee.
Oh, that's great.
As far north as DeLand, Deltona. As far as east as Geneva, Christmas.
Wow, that's great. And so you do a 24-hour service, emergency service. And one thing I do like about your techs, they carry the iPad, so they're doing everything on the iPad that goes straight back to your central location.
Yep.
So everyone knows what's going on. How do people get hold of you to use that great service?
Call us at 407-331-6589. Or you can look us up on the web at service1ac.com.
That's awesome, Billy. Thank you so much for being on the show. We're going to be right back with In the Trenches with Dee Dee. I want to thank Billy again, so join us in a few minutes with In the Trenches with Dee Dee.
Managing your investment property is as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1. Sign up at GoRent123.com. 2. Let Greater Orlando Realty handle everything for you when it comes to managing your property. From qualifying tenants to collecting rent, processing maintenance requests, and everything in between. 3. Sit back, relax, and count all that money you're making. Earning passive income on your property is as easy as 1, 2, 3 with Greater Orlando Realty. Visit GoRent123.com today.
Hey, welcome back to the GMANN Show. Here with Laura Collins from First International Title. Laura, tell me what you do, tell me how you do it, and tell me how people get hold of you.
Thank you. I am Laura Collins with First International Title. My phone number is 314-265-9000. And I always appreciate a text to get to know me. I am one of the sales reps for the downtown office of First International Title. We do have 37 offices, and I represent our downtown office and Waterford Lakes office. One of the things about me with my clients are realtors and loan officers mostly, and anybody that's selling their house, they get to choose their title company. And so that's why a lot of people depend on their realtors to choose their title company, and that's why they're my clients. I have worked at Disney for 20 years, and anybody that works with me is going to have that kind of customer service that Disney has instilled in me. I love to help, I love to be available, and I want to make sure that they are growing their business, and it is about them.
So you'll do open houses, you'll go to offices, you'll help agents build their business, all with a cheerful smile. How do people get hold of you?
You can, again, get a hold of me, 314-265-9000.
Hey, I'm Greg Mann from Greater Orlando Realty. Welcome back to the GMANN Show. We're straight into the trenches with Dee Dee. We're going to talk about fireplaces.
Yes.
Can be problematic for a tenant.
They can.
What do we need to know? What do they need to know? What do we need to do?
So two main things. One, that the flume is open, and two, that the chimney has been swept from the year prior to. Lots of things like to make a home inside of the chimney place throughout the year. So if it hasn't been in use, you may find live critters, or nestings in there of birds and
so you could be barbecuing a chicken up in your chimney place.
Yep,
yeah.
and we
Wow.
definitely don't want that.
No.
The second thing is tenants will forget to open the flume, and then we have a house full of smoke. If they don't open the flume, then everything is just going to come back into the home.
So that's really important.
Very.
Now, what sort of things can they burn in the fireplace? Can they burn their old clothes? Can they burn old shoes? What should they be using?
No, absolutely not. So it really depends on the property. Some homes are wood burning, some are gas. Some are like cosmetic. They put candles inside. It does not actually more of a decorative piece. So some of them don't get used at all because we have owners who choose to not allow tenants to use them.
And our tenants are all informed about that.
Yes,
so that's
they
really
are.
good.
Yes.
But honestly, I know that if people are burning pine, it tends to be a little bit more. There's a lot more sap in pines that causes problems for the flue sort of thing. Another thing we need to think about this time of the year and going through the cooler months and actually all the year round is we get leaves falling in Florida, and it seems to take forever. They start falling at one point and carry on for 4 or 5 months. Outside gutters get clogged dramatically.
Yes.
That can have a massive effect on the house. What should the landlord be doing about that?
So we at least want to clean them out once a year. If we get backup, then we have where it pools when it rains. It causes erosion in the ground. Some properties we even have to create French drains in them for that purpose because of them getting overly clogged if they have a lot of oaks. Sometimes we won't be able to get them cleaned out more than 1 time a year. So when those trees drop throughout the entire year, we definitely have issues.
So a landlord can probably help stop this by putting like that gutter guard in, making sure the gutters are cleaned.
I would love that filter. That would be great.
Perfect, yeah. Now I know we do have one featured property that's actually a property for sale. Do you want to just lead us into that?
We do. It's 1999 Lake Emma Road in Longwood. This is the vacant land.
Oh yeah, this is actually a great property.
Yes.
Now, any investor out there, anybody who's wanting to develop, they can develop this property. 6.6 acres, 2 homes or residents on there. They can be renovated or torn down. The county's approved 16 single-family homes.
Oh wow! So that's a nice little
awesome
development.
So,
yes.
Yeah, great. It's priced at $2 million. Owners motivated. So give us a call, 407-774-9858. Dee Dee, how do people get hold of you to talk property management?
407-774-9858 or our GoRent123.com.
Hey, that's awesome. Thanks so much. I'm Greg Mann. We'll be right back with the Mortgage Minute. See you soon.
Managing your investment property is as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1. Sign up at GoRent123.com. 2. Let Greater Orlando Realty handle everything for you when it comes to managing your property. From qualifying tenants to collecting rent, processing maintenance requests, and everything in between. 3. Sit back, relax, and count all that money you're making. Earning passive income on your property is as easy as 1, 2, 3 with Greater Orlando Realty. Visit GoRent123.com today.
Hey, I'm Greg Mann from Greater Orlando Realty. Welcome back to the GMANN Show. We got the Mortgage Minute, and it's really a great subject. Interest rates are high. Sellers can help these buyers out by doing a couple of cool little things. Here with me today is Sonia Hishami from Edge Home Finance. Sonia, welcome to the show again.
Thank you for having me.
How can the seller help out the buyer with interest rates?
You know, during these times, we need all the help we can get from both sides to make sure it's attractive, just to help buyers lower their rate and help sellers sell their homes. The best way to do that, we have a couple different options. There's something called a 3-2-1 buy down, 2-1 buy down, or 1 buy down. So basically what we're saying is you can help the buyer for the first 3 years. You know, first year would be 3 points lower. So if the rate is 7% or 6%, they will go down by 3 points. So if it's 6%, it'll go to 3 points the first year. It'll go to 4 points the second year, and then if 5 points the third year. And year 4, we'll go back to the regular note rate, which is 6%. So that's amazingly attractive to a lot of our buyers because, you know, then we're not fighting the higher rates. Also, they can also contribute to closing costs. So, and it's a negotiation game usually with realtors, both sides, and how, you know, how much you want to sell your home, how fast. But you can contribute to closing costs and you can buy down their rate for them.
So, let me ask you this. If I'm a seller, I just don't want to get into the 3-2-1 buy down, but I want to help this buyer buy my home because there's 7 more on the same street, all the same, and everyone's offering the same. Can I say to that borrower, I will give you $10,000, spend it how you want. You don't need to use it for your closing costs. You can use it to buy your interest rate down. Is that possible?
Absolutely. You can use it any which way you like. It might be the best thing for the buyer because I have to literally go into each buyer's and check whether it makes sense to do the temporary buy down or to do the overall. Sometimes it makes better sense to do the overall buy down rate.
So if I'm offering that to a borrower, 30-year mortgage, and they just use that to buy down a 0.5 point or whatever it works out to be, that is the lifetime of the loan. They've reduced their interest for their lifetime loan, which is probably more beneficial.
Possibly.
So if I'm a borrower, would it be smart for me to say, I'd like the seller to contribute to the 3-2-1 buy down because I'm only going to live in the house for 7 years?
That's exactly it. So with the 3-2-1 buy down, it's a temporary buy down. When you sell that home, say decide that you next year this home is not the right home for you. You have a bigger family, you want to buy a bigger home. You can take the remaining balance of that buy down with you.
So it kind of moves along with me.
Yeah. So if it's a 30-year, you bought it down. That's what it is. Then you walk away from it. But the temporary, so it depends really on the buyer how long you're going to keep the home. Rates might drop. The thought is that in 2024 rates are supposed to drop. So sometimes it may work out best to keep it temporary.
So two great ways for a borrower in a market with interest rates a little bit higher to get in and still afford the home they want and still keep moving forward rather than renting. Sonia, if they want to get hold of you to participate in these programs, how do they do that?
My phone number is 407-403-8658, and my website is easy. It's loanswithsonia.com.
Hey, thank you, Sonia. And if you want to get hold of me, it's Greg Mann, 407-774-9858. We do real estate sales. We do property management. If you're a landlord and want to speak to me again, 407-774-9858 or gorent123.com. We'll see you next time. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.